A pet for Mary Ann. The moon was bright. It was just after midnight on Friday night, and Mary Ann lay awake in her bed. She was thinking about the little puppy she was going to get when she and Nomsa went to the animal shelter in the morning. Mary Ann was the only girl in the class who did not have a pet because she had always lived in a flat. When her family moved into a house, Mary Ann started saving her pocket money to buy a puppy. She now had enough money to pay for a puppy. At last it was morning. Mary Ann woke up early and then waited impatiently for her friend Nomsa. Nomsa had promised that she would go to the animal shelter with Mary Ann to help choose a pet. Eventually Nomsa arrived. The two girls began to walk eagerly to the animal shelter. They were both excited and chatted and laughed loudly as they walked. At last they reached the animal shelter. Mary Ann was tired and she sat on top of a pile of dog food to rest. She saw 6 little puppies fast asleep in a basket. The girls leaned forward and stroked the puppies softly, wondering which one to choose. "Are you looking for a puppy?" asked the manager. "Yes, this will be my first pet," she said excitedly to the manager. "Well, let me tell you about these puppies," said the manager. "The pups with the red, green and yellow collars are already sold. So now you only have a choice of 2 pups," she said. "You will have to choose between the pup with the pink collar and the one with the blue collar." "Oh," said Mary Ann, "and what about the pup with the purple collar? Is it also sold?" "Oh, that puppy," replied the manager. "You won't want to buy him," she said. "He has a damaged leg, and so he won't be able to run or play with a ball." Mary Ann's eyes searched the animal cages. She looked around at the fluffy white dogs, the small brown dogs, the big friendly yellow dogs, and the cats and the kittens. Mary Ann stroked the little pup in the purple collar. He pricked up his ears, wagged his tail, and stared at Mary Ann with his appealing brown eyes. Mary Ann looked around at the other animals in the shop. She looked at the 6 pups lying in the basket. Then she bent down and carefully picked up the puppy with the purple collar and held him tightly against her chest. She stroked him gently and then turned to the manager. "It doesn't matter if he can't play ball or run," she said. She pulled up the leg of her jeans to show the manager the orthopedic calipers on her leg. "I was also born with a disabled leg," she said. "I also struggle to run and I can't play ball. But I have my family and many friends who love me, and that means so much." She turned to Nomsa and asked, "What do you think, Nomsa?" Nomsa nodded her head with approval and lovingly stroked the little puppy with the purple collar. "Please, ma'am, can I take him?" Mary Ann asked. "I want this puppy with the purple collar. This is the puppy I want." "You will have a caring home, little puppy," she whispered as she handed over the money to the manager. As Nomsa and Mary Ann left the animal shelter, the puppy began to wag his tail furiously. The 2 girls walked slowly down the road, carrying the little puppy with the purple collar. You could hear them chatting happily as they took the new arrival into the house. Did you enjoy the story of Mary Ann and her puppy? Now, why don't you try and answer these questions? Who is the main character of this story? What kind of pet did Mary Ann want to buy? This was going to be her first pet. Why couldn't she get a pet before? Who was Mary Ann's friend? Where did they go to get Mary Ann a pet? Why did the manager not suggest the puppy with the purple collar? The puppy had a damaged leg and couldn't run fast, but Mary Ann didn't mind. Why didn't she mind? Now, why don't you role play the story with your family?